Alright guys, so I finally got the DJI Mavic Mini, and this is going to be a first flight and just my initial impressions on this drone. I think it's going to really change things going forward, and also I'm thinking this is going to be the drone that I'm going to be recommending as the first drone for pretty much anybody. Forget about all my past GPS drone videos. I think this one is going to be the one that's going to kill them all off. So let's get up in the air. I'll see what the hype's all about, and I'll just run through the paces, just a few things here. It's not going to be a complete review, just going to cover some of the things that are in the app. It's a pretty simple drone to operate. There's not a whole lot of features. Get a taste of what the image quality is like as well in this video, and we'll have more videos down the road. Okay, so I've already done all of the firmware updates. It wouldn't actually let me get into the drone until I did that, so I did it last night. But I still need to do a compass calibration. You should probably do it whenever you're in a new location, and I'm sure this one hasn't been calibrated since it's been in China. So we'll go ahead and do that. See on the screen here, it just says compass calibration required. Just go ahead and tap that, and this has a compass error, so we'll hit calibrate. And you want to keep clear of any metal objects. Hit start. I'm going to rotate the drone 360 degrees horizontally, and then we'll rotate it 360 degrees vertically. Okay, so this is calibration successful. Okay, so I'm just going to launch it using the stick method. I think it's 2 sticks down and in. I'll spin up the props and then throttle up. Yeah, it's a little bit of wind right now, but it's looking really rock steady. Not moving at all. There are a couple sensors on the bottom that are looking at the ground. That's also going to be good for indoor flight. But it'll keep it nice and stable outdoors as well. So I'm just going to fly it around line of sight here first. See how stable it is in terms of keeping its altitude. Very stable. This is the normal mode, by the way. So it's not too fast. You can see how it stops. Let's switch it to this mode P. It's mode S. This is sport mode. So it's going to be faster. You can see also the braking is quite a bit more sudden. But at least the video I'm seeing on the screen looks pretty decent. Actually, let's put this into video mode. It's in photo mode currently. And we're at 1080p 30. I'm going to switch that to 2.7K 30. And let's hit record. I'm going to take it out of sport mode. I'm putting it into, this is mode C, or cinematic mode. So I'm going to bring that a little closer. This is much slower. You're going to get nice smooth shots in this mode. Bring it a little closer here. So you see how less jerky. You can get some nice smooth shots this way. Put it back into the standard P mode. Alright, take it up on, let's get a little bit of some aerial footage here. And we'll just yaw it around. Kind of a hazy day today, so the video is not going to be super great. Yeah, it's super smooth for a budget drone. So move the gimbal down a little bit, so you can do that using the the little dial on the left shoulder. So it's in P mode. So in C mode, gimbal seems to be about the same speed. Let's go back to P, so in S mode. So gimbal speed is not controlled by flight mode you're in. You probably have to go into the settings and control that. So let's take a quick look at that. The gimbal settings here. Oh, here we go, gimbal settings. So let's go into advanced. Say pitch speed here. So we could slow that all the way down. Let's throw that to 1. And there's also a smoothness setting, so we could probably increase that. Let's go back. Alright, so now it's set to 1. It's very slow. I got the dial moved all the way over so you can get some nice, smooth, super slow panning down with the gimbal if you want to do that. But I just wanted to show you that. I'm not going to use that here. I'm going to set this back to normal. I think it was set to like 20. Let's see what 16 is like. Alright, so that's a little bit better. Don't want it too fast. Let's go. I'm going to go into the middle of the field here and let's bring this down. I'm going to try some of these quick shots. I'm going straight down. So I'm standing right here in the middle of this circle, and the drone's kind of right above where this line, the circle line is. And I'm in the video here. I'm going to lower the gimbal a little bit down. It's going to track me. All right, so I think yeah, to bring up the quick shots, we have to stop this recording, and then click on the little camera setting here, hit quick shot. So you have to. It has a little tutorial on here. You have to camera centers on target. I'm going to go ahead and close this here. So we have droney, rocket, circle. I'm going to try the circle first. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tap me. Okay, and then we'll hit tap to take quick shot. Let's start. So I think it just goes around in a circle. Now, if I'm moving around, it's probably going to keep track of me, so it'll do the circle while I'm moving. So you can stay stationary if you want, but you could also move around. It'll circle you while you're moving around. So it does a little bit of tracking there. And it's got me locked in pretty good. And this is one rotation and it stops. So I think it just does a quick recording and then it stops. So let's try the helix, which basically does a circle and it increases in altitude. I think it's just going to go one rotation, but let's see what happens. So tap on me and we'll start. And let's see what it does here. Okay, so it's going in the other direction. Interesting. Still has me. And it's going up. Pretty fast there. I wonder if the speed can be controlled. Yeah, so it increases in altitude and distance. And then it stops. So it does one rotation, stops, and then it returns back. So that's kind of nice. It's all hands off. You don't have to do anything. It's all automatic. And I think that distance was that 25 meters I saw earlier on there. So when you press the menu, it shows you the distance of the helix here. So let's try that again. I'm going to make it like a really small one, like 10 meters. Alright, let's tap on me. And he'll start. This is going to be a much smaller one. And I'm going to be moving. I'm going to move fast this time and see if it's still tracking me. It's still tracking me. That seems to have lost me. Yeah, it definitely lost me. I think it's when I went into the sun. I was looking into the sun and the ground got all dark. So it's totally optical based. So it returned back to, it's going to return back to where it started. So if it loses you, it shouldn't be a big deal. Alright, so then let's try the rocket. I think that's when it goes basically straight up. I'm going to tilt the gimbal down. Alright, so I'm right here, and let's make this a 25-meter rocket. And select me, and start. It's basically going to go straight up, and it's going to keep the camera locked onto me. There it goes. So this flight time is pretty good so far. 64%, 16 minutes of flight time, or so far, I think. No, so it's counting down in the upper right. It's kind of going up and down. 17, 14. That must be an estimate. Doesn't actually show you the actual flight time in this mode. So let me see if I get out of here. Let me just do the last one, the droney first. Oh, and then I'll look at some of the other things here. So let's have it go this way. Let's do a 35-meter droney. So the maximum is 40 meters. Let's do maximum 40 meters. This is going to go straight back. And start. Okay, first select me. And you target, then hit start. Alright, it's got me locked in now. Alright, there it goes. And it's basically going away from me and slowly ascending. This one's pretty slow. Looks nice and smooth. And yep, ended pretty quick. So you can't, these quick shots don't go super far away, which is going to be good for beginners. You keep the drone nice and close as it returns back. That was all hands off. Alright, so let's get out of the quick shots here. Let's go back into, let's see, I think it's all 4 of them, yeah. Hit video mode, back in 2.7K, and start recording video again. So I'm at 57% battery. In the upper right corner there's like your signal strength, your GPS signal, and that looks like an estimate for the time. So you click on that, you get a battery temperature, and there's your flight time. So I've been up for 12 minutes and 42 seconds. It shows your battery voltage, and it says I have about 15 minutes of flight time left. I think that's an estimate. And then the 3 dots in the upper right are going to be your settings. Okay, so I've got plenty of flight time left on this guy, so let's take this up a little bit more, fly it around, see what kind of footage we can get here. I'm not going to be going too high or too far. Alright, so I'm just going to fly it around manually. I'm not going to be doing any range testing. I know that people are going to be asking for that. We don't do that here on this channel. So I'm just moving forward here and tilting the gimbal down. And I'm just getting some landscape type of footage. I mean, just looking at the screen, it looks very nice. Let's take a look at this other field over here. Still at 38%, about 10 minutes of flight time left. I'm turning it around back towards me. That's me way over there. And let's bring it back. Let's go over this little pathway here. Yes, some of the smoothest footage I've seen from a budget type of drone. Obviously, it's not 4K. But I think DJI figures that if you're going to be using this for more professional type footage, you're going to probably spend the money and you get the Mavic 2 Pro, which is quite a bit more expensive. I think it's like $1,800. But yeah, this thing's flying really nice. Alright, so you have it coming back towards me. I'm going to bring it back down. The thing is really super quiet, so I'm not sure if the camera can pick it up, but it's 32 meters away, 15 meters high, and I could barely hear it. And I just started hearing it just now, so it's super, super quiet. Still have 7 minutes of flight time and 26% battery. I'm probably going to land at about 20% and then switch the battery. You can lower it all the way if you want to, but or you can go all the way to 0%, of course, but you don't really need to. Alright, let's get this. I'm going to get a little backward shot over the basketball courts here. And I'm going to go backwards while also increasing altitude slightly. This is in normal mode, P mode. Obviously you can go to cinematic mode and get even smoother footage. And it's pretty much right over me now, so let's put the gimbal all the way down. Let's see, there I am. Alright, let's bring it in. Coming straight down, full speed. I have a low battery warning now at 20%. That's normal. We have a little red flashing light on the bottom. You can see right here. So if I put my hand underneath, it will raise up to avoid my hand. You can see that? Kind of prevents me from grabbing it. So you can just land it straight down, but if you don't want to land it on something that's like wet, you can just grab it and flip it over and it will stop. So I'm going to first stop the video. Bring it down. Just do that and it'll stop the props. It's like a safety feature, but you can also hand launch it this way as well. I wouldn't recommend this for beginners. Land on something nice and stable like a flat surface like concrete, but you can just grab it like that and That way you can land it without, you know, landing on something wet or something that's like a kind of a strange surface, like rocks, for example. You don't want to do that. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. You think this is going to be the drone for first timers, like who've never flown before? Or do you think that there's something else that could be better? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.